Hi traders, Nathan Bray here from ACY Securities. Well, it's been an exciting week with lots of data coming out from central banks around the world. So I want to do a quick wrap and see where we're at, especially when you're closing out one week and looking forward to the next week ahead. So we have had interest rate announcements coming out from the US, the Fed Reserve, and of course the Bank of England affecting the pound and the Eurozone. Okay, so it has been an interesting week. We've seen a scenario where prices on interest rates, on money, have raised 50 basis points, both from the Bank of England and of course the Eurozone, whereas we only got a 25 basis point rise from the Federal Reserve on the US dollar. So now's the time, I think, to take stock and say, well, where are we? And where might trading opportunities present themselves? Now, it all comes down to inflation as to why these rates are really being risen in the first place so aggressively. Now, think about it. The euro at 3%, it's fighting inflation 9.5% to 10%, the same as the pound, and it's only up at 4%. It's fighting off 10.5% inflation. Whereas when we look at the United States, they've risen rates to 4.75%, but their inflation is way down and falling, as Jerome Powell said in the Fed press conference, down at only 6.5% to 4.75%. I mean, they're looking by far better than the other two central banks across the world. So when I think about it from that perspective, and I want to move forward to trading opportunities next week, I mean, this week we've been broadcasting out the pound US dollar major daily and weekly resistance up around that 124.44 level. Now, we saw them decide up at that level that they're going to raise rates 50 basis points. And what happened? The pound sold off. The euro was in a strong weekly and daily uptrend, and it sold off on the news that it was raising rates. So when you put it in comparison, in perspective, from how they're situated overall, I'm looking at the US and saying at the moment, based on the fundamentals and the technicals, with a reducing US dollar, it looks like the best show in town. So therefore, I'm keeping a really close eye on the dollar index comparison to these other currencies. So I'm looking at the dollar index at 101.20, okay, as the major line in the sand. And we've been talking about this level for the last couple of weeks. Now, price as we see it tried to go below this week, but ended up well above it at 101.80. So the US dollar isn't dead yet, folks. It's looking the best when you look at inflation and you look at their interest rates that they're rising to fight it. They're in the best position. The other two are lagging, along with all the other countries really around the world. So with the US dollar holding above that major support level, previous resistance level, this longer term trend could easily prevail, and therefore shorting opportunities, which we've shown you on the New Zealand US dollar this week and the pound dollar this week, are looking really good. Good luck with your trading, everybody, and have a great weekend.